They neglected it for a long time, and now it's all changing. If the G7 is taking a decision, G20 will most likely follow the G7. Then you can see corporates and giants jumping directly into this market, fully swimming inside this instead of just dipping their toes. So as they enter into this market, it's not only more money coming into this space, but also a lot of manipulation. I wish to recommend you guys actually look at all things happening in the economy. Here, as highlighted by the Bank of International Settlements, the market currently looks overstretched. And what does that actually mean? This is not the right time to be in that market. If you are an investor, or at least if you think like an investor, you can understand that it's not the right time. The market is not in a good condition, and so as the depreciating fiat currencies. You can see fiats around the world are depreciating, and that means you are reducing your own purchasing power if you are storing your value inside that one. Instead, those who have a little bit of common sense would be looking for a store of value, an alternative store of value, which no one can seize, and it can move to the upside. If it has a asymmetrical upside, that's cool, but still you need to store your value instead of being in a depreciating asset. So that is the sense you need to look at the utility perspective or the real use case of the asset in which you are jumping in. Euro Exim Bank is saying that they can clearly use this technology to provide liquidity around the globe. So they are using on-demand liquidity services to efficiently manage their payments and settlement platform. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. When you look at these progresses, what you really see, they are like corporates already know that this is coming, and when G7 is going to meet, and by the end of 2020, if they are going to give some kind of light, this is going to take off. And if you look at Ripple as a company, even during the bear market, even when the economy is going down, even when there is no regulations which is kind of tampering its growth, it still is growing. It's expanding all over the globe. XRP just will reflect the value from the network. Ripple partnered with Australian fintech and digital payments company Novati. Now, if they are looking at payments, what are they focusing on? After joining forces with Ripple, it will initially focus on facilitating real-time cross-border payments between Australia and Southeast Asia. Okay, we get it, because Asia is already high on RippleNet, including countries like South Korea, Japan, India, and others are already working there. So it's not a huge deal for them to change the entire infrastructure. They just have to join the new infrastructure. And when you see this, either you can take it as a negative information, or you can consider this as a positive one, because if this guy is going to sell off his XRP in this manner, he can actually sell his entire portfolio of XRP holdings. If you don't want to hold it for a long term, he can dump on that in the market in a year or so. Now, say if that's happening when the volume is going up, he's only allowed to do 1%, I believe. Here it shows is able to liquidate 1.5% of XRP global trading volume. So if there is 100 billion being traded, he can only do 1.5 per day. So that's not going to hugely affect the market direction. When it's in a bull market, if someone else is selling at a price, buyers are always looking to buy the dips. So be confident on what you do, or you're going to miss out. Because Tether is going to be printed in a way it's ready for the money. Means whatever money is coming in, they prepare or print new Tether, and automatically they are waiting. They in Tether, that's USDT, to buy the dips. You have to understand that. When you look at the market, it already pumped to the upside, and now Tether is being printed like this. So what are they waiting for? To jump back in to buy that dip. When you generally look at a weekly chart of XRP, you can see that last entire cycle was like 1330 days or 1330 days, and now this cycle looks pretty similar from where it started towards right now where we are looking at. It's like starting another cycle, because here, if you see, we started a new cycle and we entered that count day. Similar manner, we started the next cycle counting day and entered up here as soon as it was breaking through the previous highs. Say here in 2017, you can see it's somewhere here, breaking that 0.013 level, whereas right now it's around 0.33.34 level, and we actually broke that. We are moving to the upside, and as you can see in the RSI, even the resistance on the RSI has been broken, and we now need to retest that, take a little bit of breathing, and then regain the energy and move. Because if you look at the total altcoin market cap, this is what you see on a 4-hour. Now guys, when you're trading the market, you'll get a lot of different signals. Say you jump into a 4-hour chart of XRP and you are able to see something similar. But if you are following it closely, say on different exchanges, you'll get a little bit of different charts. But if I plot this, I kind of get, the price went to the resistance, it was kind of getting bounced back, and then it went above. Now it's again and again retesting that level. If you put the chart on a 1-hour, you can clearly see what I am talking about here. So for the support resistance to being precise, you can connect all the points which you think is valid at that particular time and the trend and analyze that. So now, yes, XRP did break above, but if you compare with other assets, say XLM, it's still inside. And then you go look at the altcoin market cap, you'll understand why it's not going up even after breaking the pattern, because the entire altcoin is weighing on that. The entire altcoin market cap is looking like that. This is Bitcoin on an hour. So if you look at that, it came back, it got rejected, and it is coming back towards its support at that area. Now, if you don't hold it there, then the chances are we may retest this area, which is 18,600 there. So what you are looking at that point is, if that holds, cool, we should be bouncing way back and then retesting this break. Otherwise, we should again come back down towards 18.4k there. Now, if you are looking at trading this market, you should be understanding the risk in it, because I see a lot of people jumping in and saying, okay, I'm going to buy in here, but they are not actually talking about what their target is. Because unless you are a long-term holder buying your bags and keeping it aside like an investor, you really need to know your targets before you enter. Otherwise, when the market is going up, you will say, okay, it's going up, I'll wait, let it go even further, and it just starts to drop. So it kind of dumps on you and you're not able to take that profit. And that's why you need some kind of opinion where you can understand the market. If you think the chart, the support, resistance, patterns, momentum and all what we discuss here is looking valid for you, is providing value for you, and you need further, you can look at the Patreon link given in the description, where we go through all different assets, all different trends, momentum based on your portfolio. Now, you'll have different groups, Telegram channel, Telegram group for premium platinum members and all, in which you get exclusive contents based on your requirements. And that's how you can concentrate on different assets. Say, when you look at the news, you kind of see, wow, that's positive. Now, yeah, we should completely agree that it is positive, because when they are talking about the COVID-19 response here in the financial markets, they are talking about cryptocurrencies. And if you open that up in, say, Reuters and the documents provided there in the report, it kind of talks about this health crisis at the bottom. It mostly talks about regulating digital assets or cryptocurrencies. Now, I had SI family asking me, what does this has to do the current health crisis has to do with XRP or the new financial system. Now you see what I explained back then is the reality. It's being implemented as of now. And if you still doubt that, you should look at everything around the world. They understand this market is going to be overstretched, and it is already overstretched. Now there would be a correction, profit taking, sellers, everything is going to kick back. If you remember, when the coronavirus hit, countries were banning sell positions in the markets, and I was like, what? If you look at South Korea, that's the same. They actually did that for 6 months or so. So in that aspect, it's an artificial market. You are just keeping the market afloat by printing more and buying more, or not allowing others to sell. So this kind of stuff will push the money down. And if you are still taking out your profits even from the stock market and keeping it in a depreciating asset, which is the fiat currency, I don't even think we can actually call it an asset, because it's not storing your value. So anyway, that's not a clear use case to do that. If you look at the currency which you have in your pocket, say you'll have, depending upon which geographical region you're coming from, you'll have one smaller note and you'll have a bigger one with more zeros in it. Now look at the materials and say whether it's really valuable like that. Say $5, $10 or $100. Is it really that much different from $5 to $100? Whereas when you look at the use case of assets like this, you kind of really get that point. Say Bitcoin has a value. Now, those who are investing in it is considering it as a store of value. In the similar perspective, if you look at XRP as a store of value and compare it with others, there should not be any comparison, because you can actually compare XRP to other assets mostly, because most of them don't provide these specifications which XRP can use. Now this is not just hyping up XRP. This is talking about the reality of the network and the value which that network provides when the regulatory clarity is there. Because if you look, if one corporate giant is using this in the flow and they are making profits, others, they don't want to lose that. Do you think where EuroXM Bank is working, it's only that bank? There is no competition? Obviously, they will have that. And the others would be looking at it. Now, the only issue there is which geographical region they belong to. Do they have that clarity to go ahead? Or are they CEOs or the head a little bit conservative, saying, okay, we can't actually even dip our toes right now because we don't know what will happen after the regulatory clarity hits? Because if you read this, it's clear, right? We are one of the fast growing institutions to secure connectivity using a phased project approach. It's not like they're going all in every day. It's slowly expanding. Implementing Ripple's Xcurrent and the on-demand liquidity services, building on its extensive technical capabilities and blockchain expertise in trading systems and global payments. So is it worth investing in? If real money, smart money, the bankers are going in using this technology and buying this up, basically it should be good for us too. But only thing you have to consider is there usually used to be 3 waves to the upside, and the 4th one is kind of a little bit slow. Then we go down, right? You can go look at different assets in different markets and say whether I'm wrong or not. It's completely up to you. You can check the same thing and let me know in the comment section below. And at the same time, when you guys check charts, say for example, I can just type BTC here and select BTC USD directly. And say I go to a weekly chart. Here I get to see the price fluctuation of BTC from late 2013 as of now, right? If you look at this, you can clearly say it's first wave, this is second wave, we are going to go for that third wave. Usually that's the high. But if you actually go type BTC here and look for coin paprika here, Bitcoin USD, you again kind of get something like this. Now, yeah, that can be just my thought process. You can delete those lines and look at these price fluctuations and say, what really is happening? Did we have first wave, second and third? Are we waiting for the fourth to go way higher? It can be, yeah, because a lot of new guys are coming in, institutions are looking at it. But unless we get significant price fluctuation above this all-time high, I am personally out of it. If you look at this particular point here, the price is around 13.5, 13.3. Now, at the same time, if you look at the RSI, it's here, right? I put a straight line here and I take it towards this end. And now look, the price is near 20,000, say 19K, give or take. It's still here with the RSI. The strength has not increased about this level. Now, what is a comparison for the same? I can actually take you guys towards XRP and show you this previous fluctuation here or here, which you can consider. Look at how the RSI was changing now. Okay, this is on a weekly time frame. This is again on a weekly time frame. So this high is what we put back in 20th May, and go back and see where we put that early here. So it's still the same thing we are talking about, right? You look at the RSI, you look at the MACD, and then the price, and say whether I'm completely wrong or off targets. Now, in the same manner, now you go back and look at the institutional investors coming in when the value of their money sitting in the bank is depreciating. They need to put it into work. They need to put it into alternative assets. So as investors think more about investing in digital assets with regulations, yeah, they will understand this. They will look at Bitcoin. They will, if someone is saying $1 million Bitcoin, wow. Looking at the current price, you can actually say that, because it's already 3 waves up and the 4th wave already reached the all-time high. Just put in a new all-time high, right? Now you look at the distribution pattern of an asset and then go into the daily chart of Bitcoin. Slowly look at how these waves are working. Now, it can just be my opinion. I can be wrong in that. But as far as I see this, I can say we put in a new high here. You can see the percentage of fluctuation from this particular high, then this one, in this flag pattern before the break, and then take out and look at the percentage rise. It's like 15%. Okay, again, cool. Now, if you do the same all the way down towards the bottom, looking at different time frame charts, and then come back here, and you see this drop here, that's 15-16%, and then the rise here, it's just 2 to 3%. Now go back to chart analysis, technical analysis, the language of technical analysis. Try to learn what a distribution phase looks like. Now I'm talking about a distribution phase on a daily chart here, not 4-hour or shorter time frames. Now if you do want to look at the same, you can actually go back in to a weekly chart, which is further way upside. So if this is playing out, what you really need to understand there at that point is that the market can dip a little bit and it can take the altcoins down with it. So if the altcoin is breaking this level, where should we actually target? It should be either this level or this one. So what does that mean for XRP, the price of XRP, which is in a similar pattern if you are looking at XRP USD on Coin Paprika. Now, yeah, you can use Coin Market Cap as well, but if you use that here and then go into a 4-hour chart to analyze that, you need to understand we did this way before, right? If you zoom out, put or plot your support resistance, you clearly have an idea that yes, even though it can dip that low, our support looks really strong. This was resistance, support, and again resistance, support. So this area is now acting as a strong support. So if we break from here, 0.5 should hold, right? And that would be the base of this symmetrical triangle as well. Now, at the same time, if you zoom in and look at this trend line here, which was resistance and now acting as a support, then zoom out and look at what XRP used to do in a different time frame. You can go into daily, hourly, it's completely up to you. It always used to retest its break a long tough time more. Here, okay, I'll just delete these lines so it's clear for you guys that what I am trying to illustrate here. If you look at this highlighted red box here, sorry, not in the MACD, in the price actually, highlighted box here. I'll put that in red so it's clearly visible for you guys. We tested once, twice, went up, then came back, 3, then 4, then went up, retested the moving average and then broke above. So the moving average was acting as a resistance on a daily time frame. Now if you look at that moving average right now and put in the 20-day moving average and 50-day moving average and zoom in, what you can see as of now is that the 20-day is acting as a support and 50 days acting as a resistance. So we are inside a moving average zone right now. So if we manage to bounce from here, then these are going to be a support. But right now, if you look at the MACD here, it's still at the bottom, meaning the negative territory, not in the positive territory here. If it bounced to the upside a little bit, then that's going to give you that symbol that even though Bitcoin can stay there, can correct a little bit, altcoin can run. But because when Bitcoin dominance go down, all coins take that run. That's the all season which we are waiting for. It can be the wave 1. So be prepared and stay awake. If you saw value for your time, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. So I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.